Hello everyone, welcome back to the Battlefield Siege Run. Here we have another Pauper video for you today. We are playing some green-black Golgari life gain. I was really keen to play a deck like this. You saw in probably my other video, I was talking about cards I really wanted to play. And Solstices, Absent Solstices was one of them, but I really wanted to look at just like a straight green-black list with Pest Mascot in it. Because it's actually, I think, a pretty powerful card. It can get really big really quick. I think it just needs the right shell. I did make a list that was more like Absent Solstices, where we ran green black with like Essence Warden and this new card as well, Bogwater Lumerant. So it's essentially like a Soul Sister, but it costs an extra mana and it's a 2/2 and it gains life for itself and other creatures you can control. But I was thinking, how can we make this work? And I saw StrataGames, how you going, my G, doing a green black shell with the hunt for specimens. And I was just like, yeah, this actually seems really, really cool, especially with these pests that gain life when they die. Let's actually try a gardens list with this. So I feel like it slots in really well and just have more of a earlier win condition, a bit more mid-rangey and way to finish people off rather than going really late with a gardens build and using crypt rats and no shenanigans. We're still using crypt rats, but we're just more about crowd control and getting the giant pest mascot or the, I guess the down rare, which was the blood researcher. I do really like the idea of, instead of running like Black Mage's Rods, which sometimes these sort of lists run, we're doing the Marauding Blight Priest, which is using those Soul Sisters lists. So whenever you gain life, your opponent loses life. Instead of all these Soul Sisters, so obviously using these Bogwater Limerents, which is good, we are running 3 Campfires. I essentially see this as a control build. You build up giant creatures that can smack in for a lot, but really you can just gain heaps of life, make the game go long quite a fair bit. And it's also just a great way to handle like Madness Red and stuff like that when you're gaining so much life, but also using that life towards something. You have this other side plan. The one thing I found was I had issues with like the standard Solstice list and like Lead the Stampede and Winding Way, is that you really sometimes get the wrong side of your deck when you're doing the flips off of it. And you also have to build your deck around land grants. So that's why I kind of like these garden shells more, where we can run Reckonet's Bargain, which, hey, it says you gain life if you sacrifice a creature with a permanent mana value. So, you can sack these Lembuses, or you can decide to sack like Campfires and whatnot, or normally just sacking like the pest tokens. So sometimes you can gain a bit of life if you need to, if you absolutely need to. Otherwise, you're sacking like tokens from Counting Garden, or like over here with the package from Hunt for Specimens. We can learn for a pest summoning, which gains life, and then also you get 2/1/1 green black pests. And then you've got the Daily Indoctrination. It's just a way to, I guess, do a bit of disruption. Also another way to get a creature, like you can Earthbend 2 onto a County Garden. So you get like a 2/2 that you can sacrifice, but then you also get like another token off the County Garden. And then, yeah, one Origin of Meta Bending, I think it's good. Sometimes you can just protect your pest mascot or something like that, or destroy a very important artifact and or enchantment. Outside of that, really, you just got these sideboards in of these cards. So the Duresses, Arms of Fadar for a bit of crowd control, Troublemaker Oaths for the affinity builds, and then Null Spell Bombs for the graveyard. Because I feel like this would not manage too well against Spire combo. I feel like we're a little bit too mid-rangey and they can just combo us off. So I feel like we just need a way to handle that, or we're using Crypt Rats essentially. If you do enjoy these videos, please feel free to like and subscribe. This deck was really fun to play. I think it's something you could easily take to your FNM and have a great time with it. And there's multiple ways to support me if you want to. You can look in the descriptions below if you want. Mana Traders is another great way to do that. It's how I play all these wacky decks. You can use my code word CDRY when you go through Mana Traders to get a little bit of money off if you use their loan program. So I really implore you to do that, because that's how you can play all these cool decks. And without further ado, let's jump into the first one. I'll see you there. Right, we're actually on the play, which is fantastic. It's been very low rolls, but that's okay. Yeah, this sounds good. So it's got a good cards, and then we can just follow up with the good old, probably Pest Mascot into the Blight Priest. Crypt Rats is good for some crowd control as well. We'll save the County Garden. Just like if we draw an untapped land, I'd rather just play like untapped lands and save the garden in case we get a Lumerant or something. We might just be playing it now as a blocker. That is our other choice. Other choice is if we get untapped land, just go Campfire and then tap it, gain 2. I kind of don't want to play the Pest Mascot unless I know, okay, we're playing the deck that we played last week. Good deck. Okay, we will play the County Garden so we can at least drop like a Blood Researcher. If auto yields, then we'll play this Campfire as well. So then next turn we'll just go Blood Researcher, and then we'll play a Pest Mascot. Hopefully we just draw an untapped land here, and then we'll be on our merry way. So this is the kind of deck that we're bringing in the Nile Spell Bombs. Right, there's a Spirit Mascot. All right, so Encrypt Rats isn't as good in this matchup, I guess, is what you would say. Right, Hunt Specimens. So we will play this Blood Researcher. The thing about these Spirit Mascots is that they're not too crazy. Like, they don't have any, you know, at least this has Menace, and this Pest Mascot has stuff as well. Just pass. I'm hoping, I mean, I don't want anything to eat a Lightning Bolt, but if this hits a Lightning Bolt, then it's kind of fine. Hopefully just run untapped land, we can go Pest Mascot, and then tap, gain life, attack with this. They can kind of be let down a little bit with mana. I haven't seen the Sajiri step build before. Pro green, yeah, you're definitely getting in. And then another like Thrilling Discovery, yeah, okay. So discarding, hopefully not another Snacker, because we're pretty cooked if they do that. And if they want to race us, let's get to business, eh? We can race this. This Crib Rats feels horrible though. It feels really bad. And at least we can use this Hunt for Specimens to block this. Then we're just getting in for 2 and then playing. Can we please draw an untapped land? That is not an untapped land. Let's just attack for 2, play this Pest Mascot and pass. Love being on the other side of this, eh? Yeah, give me your land. I mean, worst case scenario, if they do cook us here, we can at least go unearth, grab one of our creatures back, and then crack a campfire, or just do a Hunt for Specimens or something like that. We won't block the Spirit Mascot yet. Land. Things I'm worried about, like a Battle Screech would be scary. All right, the Lightning Bolting now. And the Lightning Bolting that. So this tells me what they have another Lightning Bolt. That would be scary. Another Thrilling Discovery. Playing a lot of those, don't get me wrong. Wonder why they did the Blood Researcher over this, because this is probably like the better card. And it's discarded, yeah, so they are running the Eidolons. They can run like Lauren Escape and stuff like that. I think what we'll do, land is nice. Good land. We can unearth. Let's just unearth first. And then we'll go Hunt for Specimens. And we just grab. Yeah, I guess they can have Lauren Escape or something like that. So we're still attacking with this. They can Lauren Escape, but at least we can kind of save this bad boy. We will do this now anyway, because now it's bolt proof. And the Hunt for Specimens is kind of nice as well, to be honest, because at least we can block this Mascot and gain more life. Really don't like this this Crit Rats here. See, this doesn't do much. Doesn't do much ill. Let's just go a Pest Summoning. At least this puts blockers in for the Spirit Mascot, and then we can just make our creatures bigger. I think we're still playing the Marauding Blight Priest first, because we've got blockers coming out of the wazoo. And we'll block the Spirit Mascot with a plant token. Although, getting in with our 2 creatures that are going to be like 4/4s is pretty good. Looting. Not too stressed about that. It's probably a bit slower. They probably want something like a Thraven Charm. Dimension X is like a cool little. That's the gain life. It's just a Windscarred Crag, but cooler. Alright, they are playing the Tireless Tribe version, which is basically virtually impossible to get rid of that card. Okay. We'll just be taking 2. We can get absolutely cooked by this Tireless Tribe. We have to block it, which we will. Oh, is it one or more creatures leave the battlefield? There's nothing in here that actually, I mean, the Eidolon is there. So they're pretty like land screwed or something like that. It was a 5/5. I think we just go play the priest. Attack with both. And they can likely make it a 5/5, I guess. Taking it, so we'll just gain life. And I guess we'll probably just do exile. You know what else they could have? At least we can get rid of the attachments. One last card that they can combo off with, and that might be the card that they need to do that. I don't feel great doing this, but I think the mana is important as well, to be honest. And then it just becomes a 5/5. And then we've got a blocker for each. We can do a pest summons. And hopefully that's enough to keep us alive, maybe. We'll have to see. I can't remember if they have the thing that gives the Tireless tribe unblockable. We have 4, 8, 12, 16, 17. They can. I mean, no, they can't because they played a land. Wonder why they played that land, though, I guess. My question. And Storm, so they're just playing that. So they sacrifice this creature, target creature can't block this turn. Right. The hand's not the greatest. I think I want to play the pest summons. And then I can crit rats. I think let's attack with the two big boys, and then we'll then we can play the crit rats. But likely we can just play the pest summoning and then. Okay. Let's just think about this. Well, let's just do this anyway. Like almost lethal though. We literally need to gain one more life. Yeah. You see, good reach, eh? Good reach. That's what we want. We're still bringing the spell bombs. We're not bringing that. I'm really careful of duresses. The snuff outs are still good. Oh, things to take out, eh? It's kind of a little bit harder. I guess in terms of spell, I mean the crit rats aren't that good. We'll take out the crit rats. Snuff out's still pretty important. Maybe just cut a little bit of grind, cut a little bit of insight, and see how we go with this. Alright, this is our opener. It's not the best, but I think we keep it regardless because we've got double campfire, and then we just pump this blood researcher to Almighty. We just need a green source, but this is like where this Lembas comes in handy. Like we can play all our spells except for this, and we have ways to get the green going, you know? It's more we need to just get through this Tireless tribe. There it is. They can turn 3 us, I think. We'll play just a campfire. Maybe even worth it just to play Hunt for Specimens so we at least have a blocker. I mean, they can just cook us here. No, they're not. But, you know, if they had like Mountain and then do discard 4 cards, I guess it's not. Take 4 cards. 4, 8, 12, 16, it'd be 17, yeah. Alright, so here we will be just going with the Hunt for Specimens. I mean, we could also play another campfire. I'm more inclined to play this though. Maybe we can force their hand a little bit with other things. There's not too many things I want to specifically get. I think we just get the 3 mana, just more blockers. Sadly, I think we're doing a Lembas to try and hit a land. We're a little bit behind. It's just this one. We'll just pass. We could use the spell bomb as just like a small disruption. So if they do decide to attack and then we block and then they just put one discard on top. Well, there's escape tunnel. That's a good one. The spirit mascot. Well, they're definitely not going to go combo off this turn. So they're going to go Lembis, try and find a land. Wouldn't mind a snuff out either. Be mindful of Lauren's escape as well. This deck does seem very powerful though. I am keen to try it out at least once. No blocks, that's fine with me. Let us draw land, that's good. I think we still go Lembis. I wouldn't mind drawing a County Garden or something like that. We still need a green source. Right, Lembis, give me a green source. That's too good to pass up. We'll put that on top. Good land. I mean, we could just campfire, really. Now we got that. I'm keen to campfire. Yeah, let's just pass. I think we're doing the snuff out when it matters most, which is probably very likely if they combo off. Snuff out's just too good not to do, you know? I'm doing pursue. The other thing was like, should we just play spell bomb to get around the mascot? Getting rid of Eidolon. Can't do anything with that Eidolon just yet. Unless they go mountain, they can go to abandoned attachments. Just playing gain life land. Alright. Really do need like a clock of some kind, to be honest. We're taking 2. We're going to tap this campfire for 2, like swings and roundabouts. Probably even going to recognize this Lembis on their turn. Three cards in hand. Ooh, not this one, sorry. Alright, sorry, we'll gain life. Bing bong, money gone. We've undid their step there. Our turn. Right, another swamp. That's good. Good land. Play the spell bomb. Ooh, cancel. Play the spell bomb. We still want to recognize just campfire, I think. We could even just post this Tireless tribe off. It's tempting to do. I think we're still going to get rid of this Lembis, and I just want to keep up the spell bomb just in case if you want to cycle it. They're doing that now. You return it. So I guess I could exile everything now. They still get a 3/3. I think I do this now, to be honest. We could be getting a snacker hit, but I don't really care too much about that. This becomes a 3/3. Yes, draw a card. Alright, we could cycle that troll, I guess, for a green. We'll just be playing it soon, to be honest. We're going to get rid of this Lembis. Still the status quo. Alright, pursue another Faithless Looting. They got plenty of mana, but I only got 3 cards. If they tap out, I think I might actually just snuff out the Spirit Mascot, because they don't really have enough oomph. Okay. We are gonna snuff that out though. We are gonna just crack Dude Lembus first. We then did it like this is like still, I think we just want to gain life. Do this now. Bing bong. And I'm not worried about this Tireless with 2 cards left. Draw 2 cards. Let's just snuff that out. And just take 1. They can't really combo us with 2 cards in hand. Because we can't play any of our main creatures yet. We will just drop a Mascot. The 2 cards in hand, yeah, they probably should have kept some of these. That's alright. Let's play that. And then let's play a Rot Farm, pick up a Swamp. Because we can play this Cave Troll potentially. And then, yeah, I just want to play one of these, to be honest. Very unlikely they can just cook us. I guess maybe we should just sack the token with the Reckoners. My bad. My bad. We've got 2 cards left. I'm not too worried about the Spirit Mascot. One, two, three, four, 5. I really just kind of want to play Troll, to be honest. But what we will do is we'll play yeah, they're pretty cooked here. Anyway, let's go on to another one. This sounds good. This sounds good. We will still, it's a little bit slow, don't get me wrong. And we're likely going to be going County, Bajuka, and Campfire. Ooh, we're playing in Sack. This is a little bit How's Your Father? Just because their stuff gets a little bit bigger than ours, I'd say. We will lead with the County, and then we're going to go Swamp, Lumerant. And then probably even just go Bog's actually not that good against them. I'd rather just go Bog and then get something off this with this Bog Water Limerent. There it is, the Shambles. So we just keep the plant token around. Yeah, they should attack for 1. And let's just see if we can kind of gain enough life and go big enough. They seem to be a little bit slow because of what they're doing. Let's just go Swamp, Limerent. Then we've got our little blocker. And hell, I'll probably even trade with that Beetle, to be honest. It's very good, Beetle. It gets very big very quickly. The snuff outs are really bad. Really, really bad. We're obviously bringing the Arms of Hadar, the one of that we have in here. And then not much else, to be honest. I guess we bring the Spell Bombs just because they're better. Maybe the Duresses hit the Village Rites or something. They can just attack for 1. I kind of don't want them to have the treasure token, which they obviously probably want. So sometimes they can just stumble and then you can get this far with what you have. So here I'm just going to play the other Lumerants. We'll play the Bog tapped, and then next turn we can go Blood Researcher, play the Counter Gun, gets bigger, yada. You keep these plant tokens around because you want to be able to block the big Carrion Feeders and the big Mortician Beetles. I wouldn't mind the some of the Drainers now, some of the Marauders. I think that kind of matters a lot here. And there's probably evidence for me just blocking so we get something, but what are you going to do, you know? I'm not really blocking this Beetle until it gets really big. And I wouldn't mind seeing our boy Cast Down. That would be a good card to see. We can take the sack, it's fine. I might just want to leave it as that. Yeah, makes sense. Alright, and then our turn, yeah. We just go this, play the Blood Researcher. Just yield to these. Yield to these. We'll play the Garden. Get our shenanigans. And what we're actually going to do is attack these Lumerants now, because they can block this, sure, but they can't block with that Carrion Feeder. And they can Stamina, I don't really mind. That's fine with me. There you go, we suddenly have a 6/6 now. So they could Stamina the Sage and it comes back, but we just unearth it, to be honest. Like, I don't really mind. Yeah, just gonna sack probably. The fact is we're gonna be gaining a lot of life, you know. And we're probably gonna even be I don't know if they can get big enough to get rid of this. They can't even play another. Well, they can. They can play like a bunch of 1/1s. But I feel like we can get bigger than that. Especially this campfire. We will start with Olympus though. We need to find some good stuff. Some cast downs or something, otherwise we can be in trouble here. So this essentially can go for 6 now. Can't block this. I wonder if we can almost get them in 2 turns. This is 3. If they, I think they have a stamina in their hands. They can go 3. I think we just go 1 block in front of this beetle here. Force them to use this if they need to. Probably we just chuck that in front as well and just force them to do that, and then we can unearth. But yeah, now we have a cast down. Lembis. I kind of almost just want to play this campfire. And I think they have a stamina, so we have to be mindful of that. I kind of want to use this cast down to remove one of these from combat. Just attack with our 3 dudes. Gain some life. It's a fair bit of damage when you think about it. Got Menace. I think everyone forgets this card has Menace. I wish it was the Trampler instead, but you know, alas. I realize they can't go past this because it has Menace. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, so they're stamina-ing here, so I think we even just cast down this now. We have another stamina. Let's see. Makes our life a lot more enjoyable. Do they have another stamina? They do. Okay. That's, you know, these things happen. Well, let's just campfire now. Gain 2. Pump this up at least for 7, 9. And then sack into that as well. Probably even just take the block there, but alas. Get a bunch of squirrels. And we can be pretty cooked, don't get me wrong. At least we got through 2 staminas, and then we got 2 swamps. Yeah, like the deck's powerful, you know. The deck's very powerful. In for 9. And they just kind of have these squirrels on like chump duty now. Another shambler. Do I have to block the beetle here? I think we have to kind of Limbus and hope for something. Block that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A lot of damage. Well, they just have another blocker for this, you know. Otherwise, we can cook them like quite easily. Played Lembis. Or even County Garden's our best draw. They got to play another creature here to like block this. They don't. Okay. Well, then we have lethal. Let's just play this Lembis. Yeah, I think they just realized that then. This thing gets very big. Now, we don't have anything. We could bring in the Juresses. Obviously, this Arms of Hadar comes in. It's just really a snuff out. So cooked, Crypt Rats are amazing. We could bring in Juresses just to hit their random stuff. And I think they kind of want to just cheapskate us out of things. So we could just bring in two of those. I think most of our deck is what we want to keep in though. Maybe just bring in the 1 Duress. I don't want to go too crazy. I just want those bloody snuff outs out of here. They do nothing. They do nothing in this matchup. All right, so look. It's really slow, but I think we keep it. I think we keep it. Yeah, whatever. Let's keep it. Let's keep it. It was crazy. I guess the problem is if we play the rock farm and pick up the counter garden, then we're pretty boned from that perspective. I mean, that's a good draw. Don't get me wrong about that. The problem with is that we're likely discarding now, but we could almost just discard and then like unearth the Crypt Rats. Maybe just the Lumerant. Maybe just do that with the Lumerant. There it is. There's the Bloodthrone Vampire in all of its glory. Give me something I can play with the ticket. I was lucky. I probably should have just mulled, to be honest. Play this, pick up the County Garden. Unless they go too crazy, they can't actually win on turn 3 with this. Like, even if they play 3 thingos, they can if they play a that damn squirrel thing, then we have to block that, but yeah, they're not doing it. We're just taking one dog. That's fine with me. It is A-okay, mate. A-okay. We will just start with the Lumerant. And then we'll play the County Garden again. Pass. Again, likely we're just going to be hitting this this here Bloodthrone Vampire with a Crypt Rats. And we have 2 Unearths to bring it back as well. In a perfect world, I'd rather just play this Marauding Blight Priest first, which I think I might. They're very flooded, Jesus. Alright, non-token creature, fair enough. Well, let's target this Bogwater then. I'm not too keen to drop a... anything specific just yet. I want to play this Crypt Rats. I want them to really add to the board. Because the beauty about it is you can, like, on priority, just, like, stack it. So you can do, like, 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage, and just hit everything. Swamp is good. I think we here, honestly, just go, I want to keep the Crypt Rats for a rainy day. Let us go unearth this here Lumerant, and we'll play the Marauder, because I think the Marauder is the way we win this game anyway. Marauding Blight Priest. It gains life. We play this, and then we can sit back on our merry wagon here. Block with our plant tokens, drain them over time, and then Crypt Rats where we need to. You know, we can like block, Reckoner's Bargain, a plant token. We can play the Hunt for Specimens. That can block, that can drain. And we can campfire every turn as well. So I'm not too worried about this Bloodthrone Vampire going crazy. Yeah, they seem very flooded. Quite an assortment of swamps there. Oh, that's enough. Yeah, man, I love the Avatar lands, eh? Freaking love them. Alright, we got a Carrion Feeder, ladies and gentlemen, but they got 2 sack outlets. Nothing else. Not too worried just yet. I think even with what we have, like we can attack for 5 here. Unless they play a 1-drop. The hidden mode on this is essentially you can't you just can't block. We just play this and then we just crank the campfire. Let's crank it. Crank it, dog. I pass turn. And these Reckon's Bargains are gaining life. Like, life's good, you know. Can't really attack. We'll just block this Carrion Feeder here now. We'll do. We have the onboard combat trick, and we can just unearth this researcher anyway. Don't fall for the onboard combat trick. In stamina, that's fine with me, but I can make it a 4/4. I mean, yeah, sure. We'll gain a life. We'll make it a 4/4. If you have another stamina, that is fine, but they didn't wait for the stamina. I think they've realized this now. Well, they're gonna have a bad time. I think they actually just kind of like dead on board now. And project slipping, that's fine. We're just gonna unearth it anyway. There's no point stamina-ing that. Have a stamina. We should cut some of those with our removal and whatnot. Alright, deck. So let us go hunt for specimens first. I kind of want to recognize and stuff like that. No, you know what? Let's be good here. Let's be good here. Let's we missed a thing from that, but let's just unearth a boy. This one, and then we'll play the swamp, and then we'll recognize a ham sandwich. This feels pretty good now. Like, we're absolutely cooking with these maraudings now. And then play a land. Recognize also gains life. Attack with. Yeah, they can't block with that, so we'll just attack with these. And then they're pretty cooked next turn, really. We can recognize and then like block recognize. Use the pest token to block the carrion feeder, I guess. They are so flooded though. I do feel bad for them there. We literally haven't had to use these crypt rats at all. There you go, Shambling Ghast. There it is. There it is. And they're on 5. This also gains a life as well. Sick. Village right seeing, we'll see what they want to do with that. Just pointing it there. They're losing that anyway. Let's just recognize that, eh? So we gain a life, gain a life. They go to 3. A pretty big board state, and then going to be taking another 3. Another 2 from that. Oh, sorry, because of 0. They don't lose a lot in there. Okay, I'm actually tempted just to do the blood researcher here because we just have all our other stuff of winning the game. You can do like literally pest summoning, campfire, recognize bargain. Yeah, they're on 4. Like, they can crack. We're on 26. Yeah, GG's. All right, so see, I can get behind this hand. This is a good little Kirby hand. We get our little interaction, draws, ways to win the game. You know. Hurrah! We are on the draw, but I'm kind of fine. This deck is a bit of a slow deck anyway. All right, Island go. All right, we've got an opt. So likely Terror. We don't have any like specific like sack stuff, but we do have these snuff outs that are going to be good. Spell bombs. You know, and just blocking with 1/1s is pretty good. Like, our creatures can outclass their creatures. Alright, we'll just play Counting Guard. Go. But we're just going to chug out these Lumerites and call it a day. I care more about resolving this Marauding Blight Priest. Alright, looks like they missed a land drop. Potentially. Okay, they didn't. Yeah, Terra, look, our curve's gonna look pretty fun. We're just basically gonna jam these frogs until we cannot anymore, and then we'll play the Marauding Blight Priest. Again, if they tap out, we're playing the Blight Priest because it's more like the counter spells that we worry about. We'll probably even what we'll do is, yeah, we'll play this, but if they only have 1 island up, then sure we'll do something specific, but otherwise we'll likely what's this? Probably just like another opt or something. We're likely going to just try and bait them with an insight and then follow up with a marauder. Once it's on the battlefield, it's hard to deal with. Like, they can have snaps or like ways to bounce and whatnot, but realistically, it doesn't matter as much. Frog resolves, and assume they're just going to do a draw. They're just doing Thought Scour, yeah. So yeah, it's just classic Terror. I don't feel too bad against Terror when we have like plant tokens. But hopefully if they do some level of tapping out, there's one counterspell in the bin as well. The Limerence help a lot, I think. We can just gain a lot of life and not have to deal with these terrors too much. Alright, they're snapping that, okay. Well, I think we just recast it, to be honest. They did untap their lands, okay. Well, now we're just going to play this Marauding Blight Priest, and then we'll follow up with Limerence, because they didn't do the untaps. Yeah. Tapping out, drawing something? No, nothing, okay. Well, no point attacking. 0-1. They have their 4 islands. There's the Serpent. We have to play the Snuff out well, I think. That's the thing. Double Serpent. Okay. In which case, you just snuff out 1, and then we'll Loomer it and just play the Frog, I think. A land would be ideal, like we could we definitely do cast this now though. I feel like we can handle 1 quite easily. They've got 2 cards in hand. Alright, that is good. So what we're gonna do is we only have the 1 green, so we'll play the Frog and just pass. And then we'll block with the plant token of this raise inside. I wanna hit some land drops essentially, and then we can drop a Frog and like a Harmful Specimen, another blocker. You kind of see where this goes. It's like it's kind of enough just to get the job done. We draw a cast down, that thing's pretty cooked. Well, this plant token's going away for a very long time, sadly. The old Cryptic Serpent. Such a good card, jeez. Right, they drew an island likely. It's got 2 cards left, so I mean, we're quite happy taking this bait here. Like worst case scenario, so yeah, we'll block this with the plant token. But you can see if they don't have a follow-up, we can crack in for 5, and then we can play a bunch of other stuff. Block here. And then yeah, before damage, we will sack it, so we'll tap our mana, sacrifice the creature. See if this resolves, eh? If I was them, I'd counter this. Then otherwise, we're just going Bogwater, Limerent into a Hunt for Specimens. Yeah. Right, I got 1 card left. Fine with me. Let's see if it is a Serpent, I guess. Serpent would be a little bit sad, or a Terror would be a little bit sad. Alright, no damage. We know we've got our flashback there. Right, we will just cast. So we'll play a Frog. Hang on. They might have a Spell Pierce, so let's just cast down first. And then we'll play a Frog. Frogos. Yeah, we'll attack. And now I'm feeling pretty good here. Just love playing Frogs. We will try and bring in some of these Duresses and stuff. We'll yield these, always yield. And then after playing another Frog in this, like it's pretty... I think they actually like cook next turn. They don't draw anything specific. We'll go play this, gain 3, and then they lose 3, and then play this, another 3, and then do 6, and then yeah, it's lethal. Alright, we'll just crack them with everything. So they're a Delver version. Interesting. We'll see if they want to just... Alright, they got nothing else. So if we attack with everything, then we win the game. Alright, yeah, let's just attack and see what they do. They have to take it all. It looks probably rare that we're actually going to win this game from here, but yeah, we are. Do the final drains. So yeah, play this, gain 3, you lose 3, and then play the Specimen, do the exact same thing. And one more time. Well, this is kind of the writing on the wall here, but oh well. We'll play this. We'll just get the pest summoning so we can do more creatures. Gain 3, you lose 3. Let's go to the game 2, baby. Yep, there we go. All right. So sideboarding wise, let's bring in these spell bombs. And we just bring in the duresses as well. The duresses are good to play stuff against these counter spells. Grip Rats are pretty cringe, we'll get rid of those. I still like the cast downs, hunt specimens. We could probably cut down on some of the insights, I think, because the sacking is a bit how's your father. And I mean, I don't mind having these blood researchers just to block. They're probably better than just these marauding Blight Priests are probably like worse in this matchup, I guess, because we can just crack them with the giant creature. They do run snap though. I think this is fine. I don't think we want to run anything else. Everything's, yeah, the rest is like part of the sideboard with the learning with the hunt for specimens. Ooh, baby. Look at this hand. Look at this hand. This is what you want. A cheeky snuff out for the Tyranian Terror, a Lembas for the road, and 3 drops. 3 drops for our wins. This is what you want. The Delver's a little bit interesting. I could be tempted just to snuff out it. More tempted to do that. Let's play a garden and just say pass. I know this means we can't use the snuff out if we want to. I guess we could have played the Haunted Mire in that case. I just wanted this option. It's good to get this out. Because if they don't get a blind flip, then we're in flavor country. And that's where you want to be, flavor country. And we don't probably want to drop this 3 drop straight away. We probably want to sit around this 2 drop sector where we can either cast down on their turn, so we just swamp and then cast down, then we can play the Mire on the following. Okay, they didn't get a blind flip. They still revealed though. I think they may be just a little bit newer to the deck. So that means they're playing what? Okay, they're just playing Cycle Land. Okay, alright, that's okay. If this is the case, I might just cast down. I think that is the way. Let's just take the 1. Alright, they did not draw a land. Let's just hit them with the cast down now, in that case. We'll just say go ahead, and then we'll play Lembas and pass the land, and then if we draw another land, then we can go Duress, take away the counter spell if they have one, and just play like the, you know, the Blood Researcher or the Blight Priest. Probably more likely to play the Blood Researcher first, and just try and get it big enough. We don't really have much of a life gain with us this time around, but that's okay. That's where Lembas comes into it. Lamborghini. Very slow hand from them here. And they're just cycling that. Okay. They're not terribly close to any form of a terror, so I might just snuff that out now. We can just continue on our merry way, I think. And we just do it now, while they're tapped out. Such a powerful card. I can't believe this card exists. Just like being able to double spell is just cooked. Yeah, so we go lands. We're still like, I understand, I'm just going to shortcut here. You can technically wait, but I'm going to be doing the tap land regardless. And I just want one more, I want an untapped land here so we can go 3 mana spell and Duress prior. Yeah, we'll just keep that on top. I like my land drops. And we're still going to go Duress, Blood Researcher, and then we can go, you know, Blight Priest, Campfire. All we need is kind of this 4 mana to work with. Gonna feel pretty good after this Campfire resolves. Cheeky thoughts, Carl. Oh, they're playing like a mill version. Interesting, interesting. I do like Jace's Phantasm. Right, still not hitting that other land, so you feel pretty good about just playing. I do want this Campfire to resolve, so I think we still Duress first. Or we play the Campfire first, sorry, and then we'll play the Blood Researcher. Yeah, we'll just do that. So we'll play Campfire. And then worst case scenario, if they spell pierce, we just play another Campfire. Like pay for the spell pierce and play Campfire. Alright, now we play the Blood Researcher. And hopefully we just draw another land or something like that. We can keep playing these Campfires. And if we're just doing that every turn, it's gonna be very hard. That's the engine's rolling, Babu. The engine's rolling. Snap's interesting. Doesn't matter as much because it's just a 2/2 currently. And They untapped one of my lands. Okay. Okie dokie. Well, I'm gonna just activate this campfire then. You know what? I don't even know about this. So they haven't found another land yet. Let's just do this, sure. They're playing for funsy onesies, I think, which is what we're doing as well, you know. Alright, now we got this. Let's just play the other campfire. Let's just drop the Blight Priest. Just still be this. We'll play this. It's still technically probably... This accumulates over time whilst the other ones don't. I wouldn't mind the land though, so we can play a Blight Priest and double crack the campfires. 6 cards in hand, like... It's obviously very, very stacked if they don't have another island here. Excellent choice, excellent choice. It is a 1-1 though. And nothing else from our hero. We're not going to play this duress because we don't need to just yet. I am going to play this. And then we will attack and just crack the campfire. We'll do the exact same thing next turn as well. Crackly Dack, get him for 3 and then 4. And then we should be on our way soon enough. Should be on our way. Yield to all these. Alright, pass. We're starting our journey and our clock's going to be better than theirs, that's for sure. They're close to having this Jace's Phantasm cooking though. It's almost a 5-5. They could even just Thought Scour in response and do that. I think in that case, well, we're actually going to duress and then cast down the Phantasm and attack with everything. I just want to see what they have. See what's actually going on in that hand, eh? Double counterspell, double deep analysis, multiple terrors. That is scary. So there's a counterspell coming our way regardless. And what we do is we play this. And we don't give them the option of the counterspell. Because then this gets upgraded anyway. So sorry, let's just look at the hand. So it's not this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. It's just that counterspell. Let's attack. Because this Phantasm is still not on yet. And they have to essentially tap their mana to do so. Then we can cast down that. I think with this anyway, we've got our blockers, we can probably get there. Should probably just only do this once so we can cast down if we want. I think this is probably correct. So then we can still cast down and end of turn if we want to. And it forces them then to, what do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty far off playing any of these terrors. It's a pretty sad hand. An island can make them play a terror, but then they tap out. Are considering here. I think in response we do cast down this. And then, yeah, we can... I'm feeling quite happy to do everything else now. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can play Tolarian Terror if they want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So either like an island or something else to get there. They do decide to draw and now they can play Tolarian Terror, which is fine. I think I'm being more scared of a 5-5, to be honest. And then if they should play a Tolarian Terror here. They gotta. Or a Cryptic Serpent here, they gotta. And we just follow up with the Marauding Blight Priest and do our campfire. Looks like not what they're doing. They should probably do it though. Otherwise, it's just lethal next turn. So kind of cooked either way. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, so this was a deck and how it kind of came through. Honestly, I had a couple iterations that I tried. I really like this deck though. I think probably what you could do is maybe cut off some of the sideboarding stuff. You probably just run like one pest summoning, run another lesson where you essentially can do like the take one. But I think honestly, you could probably just change this for a Crypt Rats, maybe cut this another for like a Crypt Rat so you have more oomph on and more ways to just handle like go wide decks. But generally, I think I like these numbers of the Marauding Blight Priest and the Pest Mascot. The Blood Researchers, we didn't really see the Pest Mascots that much, so actually you did enjoy seeing these Blood Researchers, and that's probably about it. Things I'll change is you could go up to more Snuff Outs. And you could try some Ica Wellsprings as well, but I think the Lemnises and the ability of them gaining life is still pretty good. Anyway, let me know what you think of the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.